speaking on
And those are the chicken men.
Hello. Good morning, everybody. I hope you are doing good and you have woken up well. Apologies for all of the delays. Hopefully now you've acquainted yourselves and you know your peers with the time that we've had. But without further ado, I think it's time for us to start this work readiness program. I'll be your program director. My name is Tendo Mukawuri. You can just remember me as T or just Tendo, whichever floats your boat. And yeah, of course, we're all here. We're gonna be learning quite a lot of things throughout the next 3 days, just around, being ready for the workspace. So I think I don't want to take too much time. There is going to be somebody coming in to do an introduction. And of course, it's going to be none other than the CEO of African Global Skills Academy. Yes, the company that's brought us all together over here today, that's giving you guys this great opportunity as well. Of course, let's not forget the NSF, who is also involved in this as the major funder. So I'd like to just welcome onto the stage the CEO for AGSA, Onika Mukawuri.
Where am I to stand? Is it here? Oh, okay. And how do I then do my slides? I'm just going to greet and then go down. Good morning, everyone. Let's have some energy. The Joburg group was very energetic, so let's not have Swane be the group that is not energetic. Good morning, everyone. And you also need to make the sound because we are streaming live. We have a group that is in Thohoyandou. Hello, Thohoyandou. Wherever you are, say hi, everyone, to Thohoyandou. Hi. And then we have another group in Makhado. Say hi to the group in Makhado. Hi. And we have another group in Mpulukwane watching and streaming with us. Say hi to the group in Mpulukwane. So it's very important that the Pretoria group is very energetic because you have to carry the energy for a site. We also have a site at Sondela Nature Reserve. Can you say hi to the people at Sondela? Hi. Rofiwa, is that all the sites that are live today? Yeah, okay. Greetings again. My name is Onika Mukawuri. I'm the CEO and Director of African Global Skills Academy. I want to welcome each and every one of you as part of this NSF Graduate and Will program that is going to be running. My task is just to introduce you to understand the program. And then we're going to have a lot of speakers over the 3 days. It's a very exhaustive program. But believe me, all the things that we've put together for you is going to build you to be very successful in life. Pay special attention. We're going to have fun. Tendo has some gifts to dish out. And we also have gifts to give to all of you before you leave to prepare you for the workplace, right? I have a small presentation to give to you just to explain a little bit on the program. I'm just going to stand this side because I don't want to break my neck. Yeah, so Macbeth, we can move. We have a number of things that are on the slides. I'm going to run very quickly on them. I'm not going to take too long. So let's start. Let's introduce the program. Okay, I see we start by the organization. The organization is a black female-owned with 21 years. We've been running AGSA for 21 years. We are a private FET provider. We are accredited by 10 sitters and the QCTO. The other day when we started, we asked if there's anyone who understands the abbreviation QCTO. What does it stand for? If you can raise your hand and answer that, you get a gift this morning. What is this abbreviation QCTO standing for? Anyone who knows? There's no one who knows. Oh, it stands for the Quality Council for Trades and Occupations. Our head office is in Randburg, and we have a number of satellite offices all over. We run learnership skills programs, graduate development programs and internships, and general project management of educational programs. We have trained over 20,000 young people all over national. Actually, 20,000 sounds less. And we've placed over 1,000 young people on WIL and TVET and graduate programs. We are very passionate about young youth development, and hence all of you are standing here with us and sitting with us today. Let's move on. Why the project? Why are we having this project? I think the project is designed to sort out the issues of the weak link between post-school education and workplaces. Now, what happens after you have your 3-year diploma degree? Are you really ready for the workplace? So such kind of programs are designed to support that kind of initiative. There's also an increasing number of students who are unable to graduate the WIL. If you come from the TVET programs, you need your 18 months to convert your diploma, so you cannot graduate for your diploma if you don't have this opportunity. There are some University of Technology qualification that requires that also you must do in-service training until you graduate. So these programs help with that. And it works where we have the private-public partnerships that is helping us to build the nation. So who is eligible? I see this is not very clear today, but basically if we look at the areas, almost everyone is eligible. I think in the AGSA program, we are not addressing a lot of engineering, but anything else, marketing, human resources, finance, law, whatever, we are able to incorporate into this program. So a lot of you have different 18 months. You need to have a TVET college qualification at N6 to be able to do this. And if you are on the graduate, you've signed up for 24 months. You either have a diploma that is coming from the University of Technology or degrees coming from the universities. So we have those who are here. Who is here for WIL? Can you see by the raise of hands? Okay. Who is here as a graduate? Ooh, we have a lot of graduates. Yeah. Okay. Next. So what is everyone's role in this program? If we look at the employers, they've assisted us in your recruitment. They've assisted us in your contracting. They are going to be allocating a mentor to you. For the WIL program, which needs a logbook, they're going to sign that off. They are the main liaison with AGSA. They are providing an environment for you that is you are going to learn, and administering all HR. When we say administer, once your timesheet is done, they're going to be able to upload the timesheet on our AGSA system so that you are paid every month. And they have to make sure that you conform to all the policies and procedures of their workplace. Let's look at the role of AGSA. We are the project manager. So the NSF made a call, and the call said we are looking for organization to support us to manage this program. So AGSA applied, went through a whole lot of due diligence processes. We were appointed. The project sounds very big because we are managing nearly 60 million rands of stipends over a period of 24 months. So we are responsible for recruiting you, contracting you, mentoring, paying your stipend, liaising with your employers. We are the direct link with the NSF. We are the one who writes the reports to the NSF on a quarterly basis. And after a quarter, they disburse further funds for us to be able to pay you. If we don't report, they don't issue money, and therefore you don't get paid. So there's a whole lot of administrative processes that we are doing behind the scenes. and general administration of the project on a day-to-day basis. Now, your role, what is your role? Macbeth, let's move. Yeah. During the time we expect you to work for an employer as part of the learning processes, you must be available to participate in everything like this work readiness training and workplace activities. You must comply by workplace policies and procedures. You must complete your timesheets. You must ensure that your logbooks are verified for those doing will. You must behave in a professional manner. I think for the coming 3 days, there's going to be a lot said about professional behavior in the workplace. A whole lot. And then you must understand the sector that you are working for. If you are a law person, what are all the legislative requirements for a lawyer and so on during this time? And also just the general South African law, such as your Basic Conditions of Employment Act and those things. What is the approved stipends? So for the will, we are paying 5,500 over a period of 18 months. And for the graduate, we are paying 6,000. We are going to deduct 1% of your money for UIF, and the AGSA is going to put another 1%, so 2% is going to be sent to UIF, so that after the 24 months and you still don't have a job, which we don't think you should still not have a job, you will be able to claim your UIF. The stipend will be received on a monthly basis. It will be paid to you every month while you are still active on the program. It is based on a register, and we calculate it based on available days that you actually worked. We work on the very simple rule, no work, no pay. So your 6,000 is calculated over a period of 22 days, which works out to 250 per day for at work. And your employer didn't approve that you don't come, right? We're deducting, unfortunately. So you are in control of how much money you get paid every month. You need to indicate in your register when you are off. You must not sign your register for anyone other than yourself. We have a Mr. Zwanga will show up. He will always tell you, you can see different signatures from far. If this week you signed yourself, the next week your friend signed, we will pick it up. Stay away from other people's registers and only sign your own. So don't be found to have this fraudulent activity around the stipends. We've caught a lot of people. A daily stipend deduction is deducted for any unapproved day that you don't show up for work. HR matters, you will have your annual leave during the period when you are an intern. 1 leave for every 22 days, which worked out to a 21-day leave cycle. You will have sick leave for every 22 days that you are paid. Leave is a discretionary thing. It's not like I have leave days, I must take them. For sick, if you are not sick, you are not sick like me. You seldom go to sick leave. This one. How many of you are married? By show of hands, who's married? Okay, so you can be the only one who can get pregnant. Let's just do the program and stay away from pregnancy. But if you do find yourself that you are pregnant, you can be on 4 months unpaid leave. We normally say to young people, if you can come back, because legally, if after 6 weeks your doctor can sign off that you are fit, you can come back. We recommend you come back. Don't stay for 4 months, but you have the right. You have the right. Paternity for the gentlemen, those are married, 3 days after your wife has given birth, we can give you, and you can look after the child. Family responsibility is 3 days. I think the people who are going to do HR will dive deeper into the family responsibility, because sometimes there's confusion. Who fits into family responsibility and who don't, but they'll explain that later. Okay. What are the useful workplace pointers? You must know who your mentor is. Your work schedule must be done according to the operational requirements of the institution. If you're going to be late, you need to inform people on time and what circumstances are making you late. If you are not able to come to work, please ensure that you've informed the workplace. It's not AGSA. We are not your host employer. The person who's mentoring you, who is your supervisor, must be the one you must let know that you are not going to be able to come. Okay, let's move. You must follow the rules and regulations of the workplace. You must follow instruction as given by your supervisors or your mentors. This will help you make sure that you are in line with what the organization is doing and avoid unnecessary mishap. Be punctual at all times and be eager to learn. And I must congratulate you because you were very punctual today. Congratulations. You can clap for yourself. And who's this? Who's standing? You are your own brand, so you have to sell yourself. And that is the other area. The speakers are going to be talking to you a lot about who you are and the brand that you present for yourself. Okay. In conclusion, please read the tripartite agreement. Do you know which one is the tripartite agreement? Did anyone see a tripartite agreement? No. It's the agreement you signed. It's tripartite means it has binded the three parties. AGSA, yourself, and your host employer. We call it a tripartite agreement. Work and study hard, and show some dedication and commitment, empower yourself, and set yourself apart from other person and enjoy the learning experience. That's my conclusion. I'm going to take 2 critical questions before I sit down. If there are any questions. Is there no questions? Is there any questions from the other sides? If there are any questions from the other sides that are streaming, yes, that's it. They can type it there, and Ropiwa, you can share the questions.
I wanted to find out when are we receiving our stipends, the date.
Is that a critical question?
Guys, come on.
We pay the stipend on the last day of the month. If you are Capitec in 4 hours, you are receiving. If you are FNB in 3 minutes, you are receiving. If you are Standard Bank in 2 days, you are receiving. I'm sorry, Standard Bank is just the worst when it comes to releasing stipend. But we pay them on the last day of the month. Considering that your stipend was there, it was approved, you will be paid. The first stipends are coming next week. For those that have been in the workplace, prorated to the number of days you were at the workplace. Prorated to the number of days you were in the workplace. So if you started on the 15th, don't expect 6,000. Is that okay? But remember, if you start on the 15th, your 24-month contract is going to run to the 15th of the other month. So you will still receive your money at the end. Is that okay with everyone? One more question if there is one. I said 2.
Sorry.
Yes.
I asked for my contract where I so they say that I must ask you guys if they should leave it.
Yeah, you are allowed a copy of your contract. There's nothing secret in the contract. You are allowed. Okay, I've taken my 2 questions. I'm going to go down and allow new speakers to speak. Thank you very much for your participation.
Thank you. Before you leave, Madam CEO, guys, it's not every day that you get to take a photo with a CEO, especially one giving you such a great opportunity. So we have some lovely frames over here. We'll take a quick second. DJ, you can put a little bit of music on for us. You can come take a photo with our CEO. Just come stand in line over here. Our photographer will pull up and do the things. So any volunteers, guys, please come. Yeah, just come up, come take a photo. You never know what you can do with the photo in the future. It might be worth millions one day.
Camera, please.
Mr. Photographer, please. The people are here, they're wanting. Okay, but while we're here, guys, I know it's early in the morning, but where's the energy? You know, guys, you heard the CEO saying that, hey, the Johannesburg group, they were up, they were lively. I need to see some liveliness also from here, okay? So once they're done taking some photos, we'll maybe try to do a quick little exercise to bring a bit of life into the venue, all right? Okay.
Come. This side. Yeah, she's too short. This one.
Ela sabe que ela fica.
Okay, guys, lost people, and then we're gonna have to cut off the line, okay? If you're not up, that's gonna be it. It's gonna be shy. If you're coming, you're coming. Lost chance. We have a lot of things to do for the day. Okay, the line ends with these two here. That's it. The line is done here. I'm done. We'll have to cut it off. Huh? Okay, the line is finished. We're done. Come take a photo. Take a photo. Okay, guys, while we're wrapping up the photos, DJ, can we just turn it down just a little bit? Okay, I'm hoping that everybody's paying attention to me over here from all the venues. All right, so we started a little bit of a chant last week. As you can see, our slogan here at AGSA is touch your future, all right? Because we're definitely out here touching the future. So what we're gonna do over the course of the next 3 days is I'll use touch your future. Yeah, you see, I like that already. That's some energy. Okay, so don't be outmatched by the other venues, guys. All right, we need to hear this place shake. So while we're wrapping up some photos, how about we try it out? Okay, are you ready? Yeah. Okay. Hashtag. Okay, that gave me some chills. You know what I'm saying? That was nice. That was nice. Oh, you see, even Madame says it was nice. Let's try another one. Hashtag. Ainch. Okay. Alright, let's progress. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you also enjoyed the photos. Thank you, Madame, very much for all of that. We're going to be moving on with our program. We're going to move to fundamentals of workplace readiness, which is very important. I think you guys need to make sure, if you can find a notepad to take some notes. If not, take notes on your phone. Also now, you need to remember to bring a notepad for tomorrow, because everything that's going to be said throughout the course of this next 3 days is going to be very important. Not only for the workplace that you're going to now, but maybe for the future as well. So to present fundamentals of workplace readiness, can we please welcome Mr. Tsepang Sitipe to come to the stage. All right, let's give him another round of applause while he's coming out.
Good morning, guys. Eita. Sure. My name is Tsepang Sitipe. I'm not going to give you a presentation. I think you've heard enough, and you're going to have enough presentations over the next 3 days. And I'm just going to talk to you. So by way of introduction, my name is Tsepang Sitipe. I'm sorry, I'm too tall, so I need to stand here. My name is Tsepang Sitipe. I'm 23 years old. That is not cool. First lesson of work readiness. So guys, my name is Tsepang. I'm 49 years old in August. I come from Lesotho, and I had this different people from different fields in terms of study. I'm one of those where I didn't enlist the career guidance class, so I ended up doing a lot of things. So by way of educational background, I studied civil engineering in Lesotho, and then I came to South Africa and I studied civil engineering again, continuing. And then I studied Mandela University. And then I did my honors in geographic information systems. And then I did my master's in entrepreneurship. And then I did my master's in construction management. And then I did my master's in business administration. And I'm doing my PhD in future studies. So one thing I want to tell you is that there's nothing extraordinary with me or my story. I don't come from a rich family. I come from a very rural country. I was herding cows when I was young. I'm no different from anybody from Limpopo, Mpumalanga, you name it, KZN. But I come from a family that loved education. My mother loved education. And I'm not going to lecture you, but I'm going to talk to you about the importance of skills. You guys are born in a generation where there's so much information and so much knowledge. And I wish I was born in this era. So you have information everywhere, you know. There's a lot of opportunities for you to make money everywhere, and most people sometimes don't use it. I said I'm doing something in future studies. That means I'm training to be a futurist. So I work a lot with futurists. So what we do, we look at the next 2 generations in terms of what is going to happen. So we can look at the field of marketing and say what's going to happen in the next 2 generations. A generation is 40 years. So we look at the next 8 years. So I'm doing that in 4IR. But there is what you call the future of work or the future of jobs. And I want you guys to go and Google that and read those reports. They show you what is happening with the future of jobs, where the jobs market is going, what skills you need to have to be ready for the future. I'm not talking just robotics and all the stuff that you hear, but it's important that you understand how you need to fit into the future. Today we're not talking about the future, today we're talking about how you need to fit into the workplace. So because of my very mixed background in academics, as you can imagine, I've been in different places. I've run many companies, I still run companies. I've been in positions where I have said where you are sitting. So let's start when I was doing civil engineering. In Lesotho, they do what they call in-service training. So they take you to a place of work for three months. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because I was a construction major and I was working with the Lesotho Highlands Water Project, they bring you to a thing called an induction center. So as I was sitting here and I was listening to Madame talk, I think about my day then. So if you're going into construction, you go to an induction center. An induction center, they check your health first. Are you healthy? If there's anybody who's in construction, you need to know that you are healthy. You're not going to fall down and be sick. So, can you hear me though? Yes. So what happens at the induction center is they tell you. Okay. Can you hear me? So what happens at the induction center is you are given rules and regulations of how to perform on site. We were working underground because we were building tunnels that bring water to South Africa. The water you're drinking here in South Africa, in Gauteng, is from Lesotho, by the way. So we were doing that project, and they tell you how to behave so that you don't get injured, and all the rules and regulations of work that were being mentioned in the previous talk. And you need to follow those. I was 20 years old, listening to all this stuff. They teach you health and safety, you wear PPE, you know. So today is the version of what I did almost 35 years ago. So what I want to say to you is, work readiness, it's a big word, but basically it means there are certain skills that you need to have for you to be ready for the workplace. And there are certain personal qualities, there are certain people skills and professional traits you need to have in order for yourself to be able to maintain employment. So what is being done in this program is very helpful because of the current situation we have in South Africa in terms of work. People like me, I wake up unemployed every day. That's what entrepreneurs do. Every day we wake up, we're unemployed. We need to make it for that next 8 hours to 12 hours. Well, it's 8 hours for normal people, it's 16 hours for us. So I want you to understand that it is a very critical factor in ensuring success in the workplace. So the importance of work readiness is that it's crucial for yourselves to adapt to the demands of modern workplace and to thrive in the professional roles. Also, you are getting real-world adaptation. I mean, I told you I worked in a construction site. You are working for companies. We're not telling you. It's not like you're sitting in a room and we're giving you a PowerPoint presentation of what needs to happen. You are working there, and you're experiencing it live, and you are getting skills. And it prepares you also to qualify for and excel in your workplace. So there are 2 types of skills that I want to talk about today: technical skills as well as soft skills. Some of the soft skills were mentioned before. So before I go there, the question is, why does it matter to go on a work readiness program? I mean, it's important so that you can secure employment. It's important that you can look into career advancement. I didn't tell you that long list of courses that I did, and most of them, like anybody, I'm sure like you, I repeated a lot of subjects. So I failed some and I passed some, so I'm not, like, that's what I'm trying to say to you. There's nothing extraordinary with my story. I've had to repeat Maths 2. I've had to repeat Design 3. I failed economics. The MBA I did was the second MBA. The first MBA I did, I failed it. So nothing extraordinary. But I've lectured MBA students. I've lectured honor students. So nothing extraordinary. But I stuck to the game plan. Whatever that I was going to do, I said I was going to do, and I did it. So you can do it too, and you can do it even better than me. So the key work traits, you know, these are key things that I think personally for me are important for you to maintain to be in a work readiness program. It's adaptability. You need to adapt to your environment. It's communication skills. I'm going to talk about them again. It's problem solving abilities. It's teamwork, and it's reliability. One thing that helped me, I did civil engineering twice, I told you, and I hated civil engineering. I hated overalls and flip tops. And I think engineers are the worst terrible when it comes to dress code. But I learned problem solving skills. And it doesn't help that I'm a Virgo by horoscope, so we tend to like to problem solve. But you learn how to problem solve. And they throw you problems all the time, different problems, water problem, road problem, soil problem, you name it. And you need to solve it, and it helps you to think. And you need problem-solving skills. Communication, I think all of you, I hope, you did communication skills in your first year. How do you talk to people? And I'm going to come back to these things. And adaptability, as I said, you cannot be in an accounting environment with a construction mentality. You need to adapt to the environment you are in. You could do, I mean, there were situations with me when I was in my first in-service training whereby they will take four people from the same classroom, but one of us is a contractor, one of us is a consultant. Those are two different roles, but in the same sector. So the consultant becomes the boss of the contractor. So now I have my friend Tebu who being my boss, because he's a consultant, but I need to adapt to being a contractor. So you need to adapt. And then reliability. African Global Skills is not where it is because they employed people that were unreliable. They are where they are because they have employed staff members that are reliable, that in a teamwork environment you can rely on. So reliability is important. Teamwork. When I did my MBA, they do a similar thing where they team you according to your skills and your background. And you have to write a rules of how you're going to engage. My team, I remember, our rule was one: don't be an asshole. Nothing else. We just said, do not be an asshole. You need to work with other people. You need to give other people a chance to talk, blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to break down these skills in more detail. Again, it's important for you to be part of this because you need to develop technical skills for your environment. Because after your 18 months and your 2 years, you need to have skills that you can use to go forward. Either the company employs you full-time or you get another job. But it's a training for yourselves. We did it for 3 months. You are doing it for 18 months. That's why I say I wish I was doing it now. And by the way, you guys are getting 6.5. I was getting paid 310. 310. I was 20 years old. 310 was a lot of money. I could pay my rent and buy food with that money. So what is important with technical skills is that you need to have, obviously, industry-specific technical skills. I don't know what background educationally you have. I understand some come from varsity, some come from college. It doesn't matter. There are technical skills you need to acquire. You'll acquire them at work, but you also need to acquire them by going into online courses, doing certifications, doing hands-on projects. Guys, you are living in a data-rich environment. There's Udemy, there's Coursera, there's all these free courses being offered online. Go on and do free courses. Acquire more skills. Don't expect the employer. If I'm in a construction company or I'm building a road, yes, I'll give you technical skills, but I'm focusing on finishing the road. Your job is to learn and also to study at night. Stop spending more time on TikTok and social media and all those things. acquire more skills. You live in an environment where you can get free certifications online. At any given time, I'm doing some online course myself because time changes. So the most important part now is the soft skills. Now, soft skills, remember, I said that communication, teamwork, problem solving, empathy, and time management. Let's start with communication. Remember, communication is the way you exchange ideas and you communicate with people. And communication can be verbal, can be non-verbal. I don't want to go back to your communications 101 class, but I want to remind you that when there is communication within an organization, we promote an understanding, we have collaboration, and we have a shared sense of purpose. One of my first businesses was a media company. I worked a lot with graphic designers. Are there any graphic designers here or marketing graduates? PR students? Okay, I worked a lot with those guys. And what happens is, and I work a lot with fashion designers as well. Are there any fashion designers? Anybody from fashion? Okay, 2. So what happens is, in that environment, there's always going to be a client who wants, I'm getting married and I want this. And the team needs to get together, and the head designer will design, or the architect, or whatever that you are working in. And there's going to be input required from the team. And communication is important. If you are the people that don't talk, Tsepo, what is your thinking of this client? How do you, Tabo, what is your idea? No, I think we should do this and this. You understand, communication is important. You need to learn how to communicate with your team members for ideation. Ideation being when you're throwing ideas on the table and you're planning how you're going to attack your project. That is key. Communication also includes, if you are one of those people who hit the reply all button when you're sending emails, just know that people hate you. So don't hit reply all when you're replying to one person, and then you are copying the MD, the CFO, and everybody. That's communication. You need to learn to communicate. But importantly, you need to learn what is the communication protocol in your company, and stick to it. So when you have effective communication, there's better engagement because you're able to engage with people, you're able to talk to your colleagues, you're able to share ideas. But also you become a warm person because you don't want to go to a work environment and you are grumpy. People don't talk to you because in the morning you are grumpy, you don't create. Often people say, I hate my job because I don't like the people I work with. Let me tell you, you will work 400 years, you'll never find an employment where you love everybody and where they love you. So this is not your home, this is work. So you need to adapt, and you need to be nice, and you need to communicate. And where there is improved communication, where there is communication, there's improved morale. You realize in those environments that I mentioned, marketing, PR, those guys are very free. They talk a lot, and some of them, they even write on glass walls their ideas, and they are always talking to one another. You need to understand the importance of communication. Morale becomes important when you're communicating with your employer, with your colleagues. Improve productivity. Productivity triples when people are communicating and when they're being communicated to. Remember, it's not a one-way street. The company also must communicate with you. Some companies do memos, some do meetings, some do weekly meetings, some do briefs. Communication is important. So how do you know what are we doing? I don't think Onika wakes up and decides this is what I'm going to do and she doesn't tell the company. There are meetings where each division knows what is expected of them. So communication is key, and you are expected to participate in those discussions. Just because you're a student, it doesn't mean you should keep quiet. Engage and participate, because remember, you want to stand up to be counted. You want at the end of your period for the company to say, you know what, Tabo was a nice guy. Let's give him a full-time employment. Because he participated, he communicated, he engaged. There is also greater loyalty when there's communication. There's better collaboration. There's fewer workplace conflicts, because conflicts are going to happen at work. You are going to argue with people. It's life. But you need to communicate. It's the same thing as families. There's no family without a conflict. But you sit down and you talk about it. And I think there's one lady who said she's married. Communication is important in a marriage. This is a marriage you are going into. It's a tripartite marriage. You need to communicate with them. You need to communicate with the employers. You need to communicate with your colleagues. And then there's motivation. So when there's motivation, you perform better. The other one is teamwork. Teamwork happens when people work together towards a common goal. Why is teamwork important? When there's teamwork, I mentioned it earlier, there needs to be teamwork. Teamwork thrives from communication. There's going to be improved efficiency. Again, think of the project of building a road. If the guy, there's those ladies holding a flag for traffic. That person is a team member in the same manner as an engineer, in the same manner as a project manager. But everybody needs to do their job, because it's a weakest link type of thing. If one of them messes up, the chain falls down. So you need to understand that shared responsibilities are a thing in a work environment. Yes, I can't say, sorry, Susan, I'm not in accounting, I'm a project manager, so that's your problem. You understand? But Susan needs help, and I'm part of the team. So you need to be able to, because in this environment you will learn other skills as well that are not necessarily in your line of work. And then obviously when there's teamwork, there's better outcomes. Companies thrive for more than 20 years. Companies employ unemployed youth and make a difference because there is engagement. Like I said, she didn't wake up and do this on her own. She has a team. Everybody plays their role. And that's why today we're standing here. And then there's problem solving. I think I mentioned that one thing I learned from engineering or any technical stuff I studied was problem solving. The ability to identify problems, brainstorm solutions, analyze and implement the best solutions. That's what problem solving is. And the importance of problem solving is that you are able to take control over your environment. You are able to fix things that are broken. Here's an example. I am Tsepang, I'm working in marketing. And I walk into the office and I see the exit sign has fallen off. It's on the floor. And because I'm not a problem-solving orientated person, I say, wait, this is not my problem. This is not marketing. So I jump over the sign and I continue with my life. And because I'm not orientated to think about how to solve that, because again, because I'm not part of a team, it's not my problem. It's a problem of the health and safety guys. So problem solving is not just for your job, it's for the work environment. Some problems like the one I made examples of are not technical problems. The gate is not closing when the boss comes in and she didn't realize the gate is not closing because there's a problem. And you saw it and you can resolve it and you can say, let's do this and let's do this for safety and whatnot. So problem solving is not just for what I'm doing, it's for everything else that we are doing in the company. And you need to apply it and you need to learn and you need to problem solve. I think in your individual lives, you're already problem solving as well. Problem solving improves creativity, improves critical thinking, it improves adaptability and innovation. Critical thinking and analytical thinking. Empathy. Do you guys understand what empathy is? Empathy is generally described as the ability to take another person's perspective and understand and feel and possibly put yourself in their place. So if I come back to work on Monday and I say, I'm sorry boss, I was late by 30 minutes. My daughter got bent in the morning, tea fell on her lap and she bent her thigh. And as a result, that shifted my day and whatnot. If I'm the boss and I'm an asshole boss, and I say, what does that have to do with me? You are late at work. That's not empathy. You understand? In the same manner that a colleague comes and they have grief or somebody died in the family or whatever it could have happened, and you are that employee or colleague that says, well, listen, that has nothing to do with me. Your job was to deliver this report at 3 o'clock and you didn't. Again, you need to show empathy because empathy is important in a teamwork environment. And it helps build social connections. We are human beings at the end of the day. And to feel connected to others is usually important to our well-being as humans. Even when in a social setting, you still want to be able to be connected to people. So the same thing. So what I'm saying is don't be that colleague or employee that everybody's deciding it's Friday, let's go out for coffee, and your boss says the coffee's on me. and because I'm feeling down because my son just broke a leg and whatever, and I'm taking you guys because I want you guys to you have a vibe and you make me feel better. And you are that colleague who says, I'm not going, that's nothing to do with me, and I don't even know your son, and you are a bad employer or a boss, and I don't go. Like, you want to be a part of the team. You want to put yourself in other people's place. So don't forget empathy. But it doesn't mean because you have empathy, you should let people walk on your head as well. Because some people can use empathy to lie to you, to get you to feel for them when it's not really the fact. But empathy is very important. Time management, my favorite one. I think it was mentioned at least 2 times before. When I was doing civil engineering, they used to give us projects. Let's say, whatever, design a road or design a building, whatever the project it was. And they say the deadline is 9 o'clock in the morning. If you came at 30 seconds after 9 o'clock, they wouldn't accept your project. If you came at 1 minute past 9, they wouldn't accept your project. They were preparing us for the world of work, that when the time is set and you have committed to it, you stick to it. There is no other alternative time will be given. So when we are saying we're starting at 7 o'clock and you arrive at 7:15, in a normal work environment, that could be a tender that was supposed to be submitted, a deadline, feedback to a client. There's so many things that it can cause. Time is important, guys. Time is money. I'm sure you've heard that saying. Time is money. You need to ensure that if you want to be up by 5:30, you set your alarm for 4:45, because anything can happen. So time management is important. Why is time management important in the work environment? I said, I mean, we could miss deadlines, we could miss clients' briefs, we could miss making money, you know. I'm sure if Onika said to you, sorry, I can't pay you on the last day of the month, I'll pay you on the 3rd, you are going to be up against her because of time and the agreement that she has made with you. So the same way you want to be treated when it comes to time and deadlines, you need to treat it. Luckily for me, based on my history, I've been in different environments, and I've seen that one of the things that are going, that cut through as a golden thread is time management. So do not mess up time. If you go to the airport for a 9 o'clock flight and you show up at 9:10, you don't expect the aeroplane to be waiting for you. The aeroplane will be gone. So please keep your time. And if you are going to be late, communicate on time. Don't communicate 3 minutes before the time. And it's also professional for you to say, sorry, John, I'm not going to make it. I'm running late, blah, 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 blah. Or sorry, you know, but don't be that person that shows up and then life continues. Those people don't get re-employed. Those people don't get re-employed. So don't be that person. So now, what I wanted to say is it's very important that you manage your own time. And there's also additional work readiness skills like conflict resolution, leadership, critical thinking, decision making, adaptability that you need to include in your everyday work process. But now my last thing, which is very important to me, is how do you ensure continuous personal development? I mentioned earlier that you guys are in a data-rich environment. You are born in an era where there's a lot of information. I'll repeat it. Guys, your skills development should not end when you do an N6. Your skills development should not end when you do your diploma. Your skills development should not end when you do your first degree. You should understand, and I said, and I'm repeating it, go and read different reports called The Future of Work or The Future of Jobs. Go and understand that the world is changing. Go and understand the importance of technology, the importance of certain skills. And you can't get all of that in one employment in 18 months. So you need to do it yourself. Go to, how many of you guys have used Udemy? By show of hands, Udemy? 2, 3 people. How many of you have used Coursera? Still the same 2 people. Oh, the third one fell off. And how many of you have done any online training, free online training? This is a bad reflection. How many of you spend at least 20 minutes on TikTok, social media, any social media. It's everybody. Guys, the future is not in Onika's hands or my hands or anybody's hands. It's in your hands. You can go and work for me in accounting and I'll give you accounting work and I'll teach you skills, but I'm not going to be responsible for your personal development. Twitter. How many of you use Twitter? Who has a Twitter account? 2 people. Who has a LinkedIn account? Do you know that LinkedIn does training? Do you know that there's free training on LinkedIn? But you don't do it. You need to pick up a skill over and above the course or the field you're going into and learn it. And some of these platforms like LinkedIn have free courses. You need to attend professional workshops and seminars. You need to go to mentorship programs. You need to find a mentor. Every year I have at least 15 to 20 people that I mentor. I don't have to spend 20 hours with them. Some of them I speak to them 30 minutes in a week or a month, but there's a program that I give them things to do. Most of them are entrepreneurs because I work mostly with those. But you need to also attend networking events and industry conferences. But you need to actively work on your personal development. I'm doing PhD, but I'm also doing another online course and a few courses. I'm on Twitter. I don't follow what is trending on Twitter because I realized I can make money on Twitter. There are people who teach you how to make money on Twitter. You can make $200 a day while you are working in this program via Twitter. You can do that on LinkedIn. You can do that on many social media platforms. There are guys your age who are making $10,000 a month over and above their job by learning skills from social media. So we don't have enough. 3 days is not enough to teach you all the skills. You need to become proactive yourselves. I'm not going to stand here and tell you that education is important, but I'll tell you what my mother said. She said education will get you into rooms that you never thought you'd get into. I wouldn't be here maybe if I didn't listen to her. So education is going to advance you. What these people are bringing to you is the practical experience out of it. And don't think that because you are in a tripartite agreement, it sounds very political, but anyway, don't think that because you are in an agreement with the companies and yourselves, you can't be fired. You'll be fired if you don't perform. I fired a lot of people that were doing learnerships and that were doing in-service training because they were not performing. And I fired them with a very straight face and a very clean heart because it's not personal. So you'll be fired if you don't perform. You'll be fired if you're an asshole. Forgive my words. You'll be fired if you're not a team player. You'll be fired if you don't keep your time, if you don't keep your promise, if you don't deliver on time, if you don't communicate. You'll be fired and you'll just be replaced. And that's the reality. The reason the government and companies like Onikas are doing this is to create a future and skills that can be applied in that future. But while you are doing that, there's other guys that are doing 4IR. There are guys that are doing blockchain technology, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things. I know some people say, they won't affect me. So these things will not work. They will work for somebody in Cape Town. No, I'm from KZN. This thing won't apply. They apply, guys. Those type of skills are already needed. Africa has the youngest population of the future. So the skills will come from this room and other rooms. So you need to be multi-skilled. You need to learn how to code. You need to learn how to communicate. I'm not saying you should go and be programmers. Programmers need to be managed by people who communicate. You need to pick up your skill and apply it in that sector that you're going to work in, and how to improve yourself. Me, I went to a coding class. I didn't have anything to do with coding, but I did a coding class at the University of Durban, Westfield. So I did tell you that I'm doing a doctorate in 4IR, so I'm learning blockchain technology. So you need to learn, and nobody's going to, the problem I have is people think somebody needs to come and give it to them. Nobody's going to come and give it to you. You need to go and get it. Take the same social media platforms you are on, use them differently. Stop checking on who was wearing what dress and who broke up with who and who bought a new car. Those things will never take you forward. Learn the free skills. Go to Twitter and say and type free courses, or go to LinkedIn and check those things and improve yourselves so that you are better employees for the companies that are giving yourself a chance. They are giving you a chance. And I wish you all a very positive future. I hope I'll see some of you in the work environment, and possibly in the next 5-10 years, bump into some of you and you can say, you know what, something you said and that I took home and it helped me and it improved my outlook on life. We are the future as black people. You are the future as the youth of Africa. There is going to be so much opportunities, and we can't have those opportunities if you don't have a forward-looking youth. Thank you very much, and I'll take 3 questions. Are there any questions? Yes, sir.
Okay. Sir, my question is, okay, first, I'm a graduate and then I was placed into a WIL program. So I want to know if the technical skills that I will gain in this WIL program, will they be applicable to make me employable as a graduate after I finish this program? I don't know if you get my question.
Yes, I get your question. Before I answer that, I'm remembering something as you're asking, how to be employable. Before I address the skills question, sometimes you are not employable because your CV sucks. That's the first thing. Or some people's CVs look like they're selling property, you know? And I'm saying selling property because you're applying for an engineering job, but you have a photo on your CV, you know? So it's important that your CV talks to the job. And I always say you can never use one CV for all jobs applications. You need to have a CV for technical jobs. You need to have a CV for admin, or like business or social science, whatever that you want to do. So you need to have different CVs. So now, any technical skills that you get, first of all, they need to be reflected in your CVs. Will they be helpful? Yes, they'll be helpful. But remember, when you go to a company, I think they promise you the outcomes and the skills that, or like you're going to be told what are the outcomes. Like when you're in class, they will tell you what is the outcomes of this chapter we're going to do. We're expecting that the companies that you work with, you will say, I studied mechanical engineering, and we're going to put you in a mechanical engineering job. These are the outcomes that we expect you to get out of this. And those outcomes, you put them in your CV, and you reflect them with the experience you had, and they should be able to help you to excel in the next level. Personally, I think it helps. They helped me, and I think they can help you guys too. Next question. And what did you study, by the way? You studied? BCom Finance. Okay. Guys, if there's no other question, thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. It wasn't, like you said, a presentation, but it was definitely a great informative session. All right. Hashtag. I caught you off guard, man. I caught you off guard. I just had to see if you guys are awake. Hashtag. Okay, that's good. Okay, while we're preparing our next speaker, I have some gifts, guys. I have some gifts, but they're not gonna come easy. Okay. Nothing comes easy in life. We have to work hard for these gifts. So what we're gonna do is, everybody loves a little bit of general knowledge, right? Yeah, yes, no, yeah. Okay, cool. So So I'll ask a few general knowledge questions. Maybe some of my colleagues in the back over there, can one of you try and help me out? Here's the microphone. Whoever puts their hand up first, let's try to give it to them to answer the question. If not, we'll keep moving it along. So I have a few general knowledge questions. We are lined up. And if you get it right, you'll get a gift. If you get it wrong, you'll be dreaming about a gift. So, here we go. My first question, which, hey, this one interrupts people when we're in Johannesburg. I don't know. They don't know geography like that. But my first question is going to be, what is the capital city of Australia? Australia.
Sydney. Is it Sydney?
You're saying it's Sydney?
Yeah.
That is incorrect. Who thinks they know the capital city?
I think it's Marlborough.
Hey, Marlborough, the one that's right here. Yeah. No. Somebody. Okay, here in the front we have somebody.
It's Canberra.
Ding, 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 ding. Hey. Whoa, okay. Now that was good. Honestly, I thought it would take a little bit longer because now I'm looking for more questions. All right. Okay, that one might be a little bit too easy. Okay, here we go. Here's something that we should have all learned in school. What is the collective noun that you would call a group of fish? Fish. Okay. Mac, him, yeah, okay.
School of fish.
Yes, that's correct. Okay. Alright, I think 2 is fine for now. You guys, you can see where we're going towards. The gifts are not only going to be for general knowledge, because, that might be a bit unfair. We'll see throughout the course of the weekend what we can do to keep things exciting. Hashtag? Yeah, okay, you know what? Let's keep touching the future over here. We're going to welcome back Madame. She's going to be giving us a nice little presentation on where the time has gone. So, welcome back the CEO of African Global Skills Academy.
Thank you again. Tim, I'm sort of doing my presentations today because I have to go to Nelspruit for a launch there for the minister on another youth program. So you are seeing me twice in one day, not usually done, but it is what it is. We are going to talk about time. I think Tsepang mentioned time to be a very critical matter. So I have a presentation, and the presentation says, where has the time gone? Do you ever find yourself like where I am currently at the moment, where you are like, I can't cope with life? Where is time? So let's talk about time. Where has the time gone? Is everyone on the other satellite still okay? Makado, are you fine there? Pulukwane, are you fine? Toyando, Sondela, we hope that you are following us and you are all okay there with our colleagues there. We out there. We have Zibu. We are moving around the sites. We have Desire in the site at Makado. We have Josephine in Toyando, and we have Khabu in Pulukwane supporting the teams there. I hope every one of you is fine that side. Let's do this presentation together. Where has the time gone? Let's participate. I feel like I need a tea, and I believe all of you need a tea. And after I talk, we can have a tea. Let's move. It's about time. So there's a video. We are not going to play it due to time pressures. But if you go on the website and try to just check on a number of videos that talk about time. Where does time go? And it will give you an insight in terms of managing one's time on a day-to-day basis. What happened with our projector? It moved. We're now a bit looking funny. How is time management important? What is it in it for me? Can we move to the slide, please, Macbeth? Yeah, you can fix the while I'm talking through this. I don't know about you guys, but for me, time is the most valuable and non-replenishing resource that a person can have. Do you agree? If you cannot manage your time, you really cannot achieve a lot. You must learn to manage your time wisely. Poor time management results in an unintentional people consistently allowing for urgent. Everything becomes urgent if you are not managing time. Isn't that true? Now, when you are going to be in the workplace and you are given specific tasks, if you don't manage your time, you are going to really have serious challenges. Let's move. What is the psychology behind time management? There are two issues there. It's productivity and performance. Sebang touched on productivity quite a lot as well. And the sense of control. Am I in control of my life? Do I know what I'm actually doing on a day-to-day basis? So let's talk about productivity versus performance. Let's move from that slide. Productivity and performance are two terms that are interchangeable. But who can tell me what is the difference between productivity and performance? Can someone volunteer to tell me what is productivity, what is performance? We must not take it for granted that we understand the two. Can I have someone? Yes. I have a gentleman here. What are you going to tell us? Both or one of them?
I can start with productivity,
Yes.
right? According to my understanding, I think it's about
ideas, right? It might as well go to, let's say, you spoke about problem solving, right? And we could be in a room and it's like, let's say 5 people and we all need to actually come up with a solution, right? So we can, if somebody
in and just come with an idea to solve the situation. That's productivity, like thinking out of the box. And then as far as for performance,
Wait.
yeah.
Are you of agreement with what he's saying about productivity? They are disagreeing with you.
Where are they disagreeing?
Because you didn't explain productivity. Who wants to explain productivity to him? There is someone there. Listen, can you listen to him? Okay.
Good morning, everybody.
Money.
I'm gonna attempt.
Yes.
I think productivity has to do with the rate of output, meaning if you are expected to do a certain task, how much of that or how many units do you deliver?
Okay.
And I think performance has to do with level. Ya rate, ya output, ya how. Is
Okay.
it what's acceptable or below par?
Are you answered? Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you so much. He deserves a gift to that one. Macbeth, let's roll the slides. Productivity is the measure of an output or how much you produce in a given period of time. While performance is the measure of how well and you actually complete the task. So we cannot use the terms to mean the same thing all the time, okay? Because it means two things. All right? Okay, let's move. Productivity can be measured in terms of quantity, like he said, and the number of products created or services provided. Meanwhile, for a period of time, while performance is to judge the quality of work. So most of you are going to be judged for the quality of work in the workplace and how well you actually achieve your goals. What is the role of productivity versus performance in a business operation? Any business, AGSA, it is not 21 years without us measuring performance. Every single member has to be measured whether they are performing. Every time we check productivity, we can have 50 people in our offices all walking around during the day but not producing anything serious, but have a lot of people. Productivity allows organization to, why is this thing now so, what's going on with this? Because now I can't even read some of the slides. This is linked to producing of output which can lead to increase of profits and efficiency. The challenge that I'm faced with here, can we sort this out, is the people that are streaming. Why is the slides going like this? Performance is important because it also ensures that the manufacturing output, for instance, is of high quality, which can lead to customer satisfaction. Is that better for now? Okay, it will do for now. Can you give me my phone? I would be using my phone in the meantime. Talking. Otherwise, we are wasting time. Are we sorted? Ropi, where are those slides? Okay, I found them. I will be talking while we're waiting for them to fix the issues here. Productivity versus performance is actually, let's look at the customer focus and the team focus around productivity. Can you move one slide? Another slide, please. Customer focus. Move. It is a critical aspect of business aiming to thrive in today's competitive landscape. Involves centering your organization's effort around meeting customer needs rather than solely focusing on internal processes or goals. So your productivity should really focus on your customer, not on what happens inside, right? It's about obsessively knowing what your customers require and how to deliver effectively to your customers. When companies prioritize customer focus, they build a stronger relationships, help customers achieve their goals, and ultimately increase customer satisfaction. So if you have a customer focus to productivity and performance, your clients are always happy. What are those benefits for a customer-focused approach to productivity? You get to have stronger relationships because you are prioritizing them. Your goal achievement is quite high because you are helping your customer achieve their objectives. That leads to long-term success. You can't say that AGSA is 20 years without being goal-oriented. Do you see what I mean? Because you need your clients to come back again. We've been doing this program with the NSF. This is not the first time. Because we delivered The last one with 587 graduates. This one is 500. They continuously provide us the funding to make sure that we can do the same work. Do you see how these things work? Increase satisfaction. So when you have satisfied customers, obviously your brand is quite good to people. They want to continue to use it. And your financial performance. If you are customer oriented, the business is going to do well. It means you will have the finances to continue to do business. The teamwork focus. You need to have open communication as team members. You must all feel comfortable to express your ideas. You were talking about your ideas, your concerns, and your feedback. You must actively listen to others and encourage dialogue. There is nothing as worse as a team that doesn't function together. When you go to the workplace, don't think you are the best thing that has ever worked into the workplace. There is no one who can do anything on their own without the rest of the team, right? Collaborative approach. When you work together on task projects and problem solving, you achieve more. You must leverage on each other's strength and expertise. We cannot all do everything together. You need the other person to be able to do. So if you are not collaborating, you're going to have challenges. Avoid silos and promote cross-cultural collaboration. I was joking last week to say you find those people where those that believe that they achieve more by being on your own. It is not really true. You need to be with other people, team members, to achieve more than on your own. Teamwork. How can we make sure that is happening properly? You need clear roles and responsibilities. You must understand your role and responsibility because you are going to be a part of a team. You must ensure you understand your contribution to the team. Why did the organization request that they need you guys? You need to actually understand. Some of you might be starting new departments. Some of you might be an extension to another department because an organization has identified a need, and that's why they are bringing you on board to support them on what they are doing. There must be trust of each other's colleagues. There are some of you, who of you are going to the same institution and you are more than one? The moment there's more than one person going to the institution, there's tend to be some kind of competition which we do not understand. So you need to manage that very well. You must understand the team's overall objectives and you must align your individual goals with the team's mission. The mission of AGSA is to make sure that we provide opportunities for young people. If someone has a different mission, they will not be doing what we believe should be important. We don't have a different mission. So it's very important that in the organizations that you're going to work, you understand what are those people's missions. When you are a team member, when we talk of teamwork, people must be accountable. You must take ownership of your tasks and commitments. You must deliver on time. Again, we're talking about time and meet your expectation. You must celebrate your success and acknowledge your achievement, both the big ones and the small ones, and celebrate your milestone and progresses. Each organization can celebrate differently. AGSA, we have many things, socials and whatnot, where people are happy for the kind of successes that we've all achieved in a particular project. You must accept feedback in a positive and constructive manner and use feedback to improve your processes and individual. I had a long conversation with Rupiwa last night at 12, specifically around constructive feedback. How do you see certain things and whether the way you are seeing them, it is as they seem, or you might sometimes think, for example, you might sometimes think that because someone is saying this didn't go well, now they don't like you. There's a difference between receiving feedback and whether your boss likes you or not. It's not one and the same thing. I can still say something very negative and still like you so much. So don't be personal with everything in the workplace. Let's move. Okay. Adaptability. You must be able to adapt, be flexible, open to change, adapt to new situations. The workplace is a new situation coming from school. You really need to adapt. You must have empathy and support, understand your colleagues' feelings and perspective, offer support during difficult times. Remember, effective teamwork is a continuous effort. Regularly assess how well your team is functioning and make adjustments and when needed. I have 8 minutes before I have to finish this. We have a small task. There's a dilemma. We have a dilemma by George. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to discuss George's dilemma. Let me take you through George's dilemma. Each table is going to discuss the dilemma, and I'm going to choose 1 or 2 of the tables to give us feedback. George has a project to do and was given a deadline of a month. Listen to the dilemma. To complete it, after 4 years at the company, he was confident in his abilities and knew his staff were capable and experienced. George is finding the workday extremely stressful and finds that there is no time to fulfill last-minute work needs due to his schedule. It seems there is no end to his workday today. During office hours, he is kept busy with demanding customer needs and wants, as well as ensuring that his staff gets through their work smoothly. He also has a steady flow of people who needs to see him, and his phone is constantly ringing. In the evening, when he is home, he goes home to a wife and 3 small children. He then attends to the family's work demands and then stay up late to take care of the administrative matters, such as emails, preparing for work schedule, and completing performance review and other such matters. George is worried that the work has become his life and cannot get away from stressful work situation. He has, as a result, thought of leaving his job and rather going into something less demanding. He spoke to a close friend, Joe, and mentioned that he was not prepared to go on like this. Joe listened and said there may be another way. If the issues surrounded time required to do the job, then a solution may lie with delegation. So here's the case study. You guys are going to discuss, we're going to keep this slide here for you to discuss. Does George appear to be using effective use of delegation? What can George do during the day to try and get some time in to complete work tasks? Should George establish a quiet time when he will not accept visitors or phone calls? If so, where in the day will be the best time to happen? What other methods could be used by George in order to adopt more control over the workday? Let's take 3 to 4 minutes per each table. Discuss those things. I'm going to ask 2 tables to give us feedback of what do they think George should be doing. We're starting now. Thank you.
Wait, is leaving now.
I wish if somebody was in there, I would rotate.
Are you volunteers, 2 volunteers from 2 tables to come up and give us feedback?
You know what? So I'm managing the 2 streaming at the same time, right? So far the one that I've been finding more nice. Let me just read this. Sorry,
You have
guys.
two different streams.
Facebook na YouTube.
Great.
Which one is better? Is it
For
Facebook or
now,
YouTube?
YouTube.
He's not here.
Those things are going to be Jirabi.
I will during the break.
No, so maybe for tomorrow, no, this is what comes through. They need one or the river block.
Okay.
Yeah, because when it's bringing the light.
Things at the same time.
I'm telling you. Because you're on a program, just finger.
And the speaker that I will be calling up for this presentation is Miss Rorisang Ramasija. She'll be pulling through to give us exactly what it takes to maintain effective working relations. Let's give her a round of applause while she comes up.
Hi everyone. Hello. Hi. Hashtag. I send the teas doing well, guys. Thank you so much, guys, for having me. Firstly, I would like to greet you all. My name is Rorisang Ramashija, and I would like to thank Madam CEO of Agsa for the opportunity and all the team members. It's my first time being here, and I'm super excited because I am seeing the future here. You know, I am seeing the future. You know, I almost said hallelujah. Ish. So guys, while you enjoy your tea, and I would also like to acknowledge, my fellow speakers and those who have left already, my fellow speaker, thank you so much. We acknowledge you. So while you're having your tea, guys, I'll be taking you through maintaining effective working relations. Guys, when you apply for a job and you say that when I want to be employed, then you are not going to be alone. Let me tell you briefly, actually in simple terms, you are applying for the greatest stress of your life. I don't think being in school studying is much more stressful than being employed. But guys, through relationships, we make it work in the workplace. Ne? Second slide, please. Oh, thank you. Can we get to our second slide? So in our topic, we'll be covering the following. The second one, please. The agenda one. So guys, okay, let me carry on. It's a good thing that I have my slide here. Okay, on our topic, under our topic, we'll be covering what is a business, organizational structure, business ethics and values, guys, importance of working relationships and guidelines, communicating with your supervisor or mentor, and diversity management. Guys, now, what is a business? I think all of us here have an idea of what a business is, ne? And I'm sure some of us who have even tried opening our own businesses, right? There are different types of businesses that you can actually be in, that you can actually pursue, right? What more is written here is that slide, I'm sorry, ne? I'm sorry. Okay, so here, what is a business? The term business refers to an organization or enterprising entity engaged in commercial, industrial, or professional activities. There must be activity. When you can say you're in business, you applied for, you opened a company there by DTI, and then you say you're in business. There must be activity, guys. The purpose of a business is to organize some sort of economic production of goods and services. There must be production of goods and services when you're in business, right? Businesses can be for-profit entities or non-profit organizations fulfilling a charitable mission or furthering a social cause. Businesses range in scale and scope from sole proprietorships to large international corporations. The term business also refers to the efforts and activities undertaken by individuals to produce and sell goods and services for profit. Can we go to the next slide? Now, can we discuss various departments within a company and discuss what they do? There were 2 tables that participated. So quickly, I want the rest of us, all of us actually, can you just engage in your teams per table on various departments within a company and discuss what they do. Various departments. Guys, we have only 3 minutes, and the tables that did not participate will participate. I will check with my program directors if we have chocolates or gifts. It's all up to him. So guys, can we discuss quickly what are various a company, right? What are departments that are there? Thank you, 3 minutes.
There's many gifts and chocolates, guys.
Guys, there's many gifts and chocolates. So let's engage and do our best. Are we winning, guys? Are we done, guys?